everyone, it's Keith Jamison with the Jamison Team at Lightly Real Estate, here for your weekly real estate update for the first week of May. So one thing that we're already seeing is a big increase in showings. We'll be posting some stats about that either later this week or the start of next week, but showings really are on the rise. Which is great whether you're a buyer or a seller, to show that the market's really starting to move. What I want to talk about today is kind of why we are starting to see real estate pick up, which in Florida is twofold. One, obviously on Monday we saw the governor ease back the stay-at-home restrictions, opening up more businesses, making people feel a little more comfortable to be out and about. And the second is something that we've seen over the last few years, which is more and more renters coming into the buyer's market. So that's really what I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to start out with a quote from Goldman Sachs analyst who said in 2008, you saw a large number of Americans who thought that maybe borrowing a bunch of money and buying a house is not the best investment. I think this time you may see the opposite effect. So, one of the things that led him to that is a lot of the stats showing, what we're seeing, which is the number of homeowners increasing by 2.6 million last year, while the amount of renters declined by 0.6. And why is that? Well, one of the big reasons is the cost of renting. As you can see on this graph, rent prices just keep going up and up, which, obviously makes it that much harder to stay in a current place. And we all know it just stinks to move. We want to be in some place consistent. And as rental prices are going up, interest rates to buy are actually going down. In December, the average for a 30-year mortgage was 4.01%. And on a $200,000 mortgage, that would be about $144,000 in interest. Now take last Friday, which is noted as today on the slide, but the average was 3.23%. So on that same mortgage, only $112,000 in interest and savings of about $31,595. That's a massive number. For a lot of people, that could be 3-4 years worth of rents, and now that money is going towards their equity. And finally, what's really driving the demand is not only are those people in the market, but now throw all those renters with the people already searching for a home, and you have something like this graph, which is all blue, showing a surplus of the buyers nationwide. And as we compare that to the sellers, as you can see, a lot of gray. There's not enough supply. Excess demand, not enough supply really puts, a seller in a great place to find a buyer quicker than they may have months ago. And for a buyer, you're still taking advantage of some of the lowest interest rates in history. So it's kind of a win-win for both parties. The final thing that a lot of people bring up is right now, is it still safe to go out? We're taking a ton of precautions. I'm actually going to be doing an interview later this week with another agent at our company. We're going to talk about how, at Lightly Real Estate and as realtors, statewide are trying to do everything we can to keep both our buyers and our sellers safe. So make sure you tune in for that. Final thing, I would love just to give credit to Keeping Current Matters for these slides. Great resource for not only realtors, but for anybody that's interested in the real estate market to understand what's going on. So thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Keith Jamison, the Jamison Team at Lightly Real Estate, and we're opening the door to your next home. See you next week.